Reason why I take it to like like series and form of review stand for when it comes to actual games is not the fact that I listen to everything they say and I believe everything they say about the game. It's just the fact where a game get like a 5 or 6 and it got that $60 price range on it. It actually saved me from wasting my goddamn money on that goddamn game. Like, for instance, the game I'm playing right now, the Order 1886. It got a bad rap. A lot of people said, the game suck, it's short, fanboys saying that shit, but they never technically play the game. And, they just going by what the
People
reviews
actually playing
said
the
or
game
whatever.
have actually said that
Yeah,
man, the
people that
game is
actually
really
play.
short.
Yeah, it's short, but a lot of people say it was when you actually play it, because you just tell like if you watch like the content of people on YouTube, they say like they like the game, it's just missing some key features. Like for instance, like
Like
what I'm
length.
doing right now. Like you can't see what I'm doing right now, John, but like what I'm doing right now, I'm picking up a fucking paper and looking at it. It ain't like it
No,
is on Tomb
that is a
Raider.
pointless feature.
Right. It ain't like how on Tomb Raider you look at it and you expect it and you find out something, you get points or you get a trophy for looking at all that shit. It ain't like that on here, man. It's like a waste of fucking time. And but the gunplay feel good. The story was a
It's
little bit
average
interesting.
gunplay.
Hmm?
It's average gunplay.
It's the average gunplay, John.
Yes, it's average gunplay. The shit that man was in Uncharted to Last of Us to Tomb Raider to third person shooter games, man, as of right now, have not changed one bit. So pretty much, man, like it's like it feels good. Then it feels
No, I
like
thought the aiming,
Uncharted and
because
everything else.
sometimes the aiming mechanic in some of the game, it just don't feel as good as the others, man. But one thing about this game that actually threw me off was the cover bait mechanic. When you cover it, it's like shooting it.
Because I mean,
It don't show no damage.
for me, because for me, like man, like when the aiming man was a problem in The Last of Us, the reason man why they didn't like it in that
Because
game
they
is
got actual weight.
because they purposely made it in the beginning because they had to give you upgrades to make it better. Because once you upgrade your aiming up, man, to like where if you put like well, if you maximize your aiming in that, it's not as it doesn't have any weight on it anymore. It's just like just you make it like freely aim and it never really moves. It's like that's a
Yeah,
top
a lot
thing.
of people say another thing
But
about this.
that's not a problem.
Yeah, like I was saying before, you said what you said. The cover mechanic. You know how they show damage like in Max Payne, like you hide behind a rock or something, it'll get destroyed over time. They don't do that. They ain't got no cover damage. That's a major problem too. Cause you can just literally hide
The
down
destruction
one
of the
spot all
landscape.
goddamn day.
Destruction of the landscape.
Yeah. Cause they hid
Man, they
behind
don't
one
really need
spot and
that.
destroyed every damn body, man. But overall though,
They all
man,
don't necessarily need that.
they do. They do. I
Not
don't
all of them.
My whole thing is
But
this, man. We go to like after reviews. To be honest with you, try the game yourself. They need to have like a feature on PlayStation, like the demo. They should actually have a demo for every game that come out. To be honest with you, so we can try it, see if we like it just from the demo, and see if we gonna buy it. Cause honestly, if I do go buy reviews, I would have half the games I had. I would have never got Beyond Two Souls. I would have some of the RPGs I have. You know what I'm saying? Cause a game can have like a 6 or a 5. I actually truly enjoyed it. I know you got some bad games too, like critically a screen game. Like oh they sold their this game horrible. But
I
when you
know
actually
that.
go ahead.
Here's the thing, though, is that like the games that I have are games that I like. I mean, I know that a lot of people that man they don't like the fucking Dynasty Warriors game, or they don't like what the fuck what in the fuck would you call it? It's like they don't like most of like the whole like first person games in which that you go out and then like you gotta kill shit. I mean honestly it's like we like Dead Island a lot. A lot of people they really didn't like that game because they're like it's not as I'm like it's not as hyped up as it was. But I'm like you gotta realize though is that man like for like a lot, or pretty much man, like even looking at like God Hand all the way back, man, when like that game came out, and then IGN gave it a 3 because they're like the gameplay is so like uninspired and straightforward. And, like it feels perfectly fine to me. A lot of people they had to go out and play it, and they had to go out and they had to go out and actually test the game and see all the fucking mechanics for it. The same can be said for Resident Evil 4, even though that game like was one of like the biggest games ever. A lot of people they fucking hated that game because it was different from your average Resident Evil game. Again, I'm not. I say that if you're gonna look at if you were gonna look at reviews, they're not that bad of a thing, man. Of being like, well, now I'm about to listen to them or pretty much or whatever. How I see it though is that, as you pretty much already know, is that like my thing out to no game is worth $60 whenever it first comes out. No game is. And you pretty much talked about like a few games in like the past, such as like how you like to throw up Tales of Grace F. But I'm like, if you took the original Tales of Grace, that is not worth $60, dude, because that is just a main story, and that's it. Grace
L had that that extra story that was 15 hours long. I ain't a boss
like a
battle, so
whole other thing of stuff that's thrown upon the game itself. So it's like, come on. I mean, like looking at the Order 1886, that is not worth the fucking money of just going out and saying like, I have to spend $70 for like a whole bunch of graphics and a long ass story, and watching them and like just walk around this detailed map. I mean, like, sure thing, man. Like, the biggest selling point of the Order 1886 is the fact of its visuals and that it has average gameplay. And that's pretty much, man, what people are pretty much going out and saying, like, yeah, man, it's not bad. No one ever said that the game was bad. We said that it's not worth the price point because it's short as hell.
To be honest with you, you mostly paying for the fucking graphics. To be honest with you.
I mean, like, looking at a game like that, compare that to Metal Gear Solid 4. Okay. The reason why they will go out and they will buy Metal Gear Solid 4 day one compared to the Order 1886 day one is because Metal Gear in a whole, it had a massive story behind it. It was not the first in the story it's like first in the series to fucking do that. And also on top of that, it had a whole bunch of other gameplay mechanics in which that you could test and play out, and it had all these different like things in which that you can do, or what they presented to you, such as you got to sneak in here, you got to tail somebody, you got this motorcycle thing. You are finally piloting a Metal Gear yourself. You're piloting Metal Gear Ray. It leads off, man, to like that whole thing, man, with Snake going down that terrible hallway as they're presenting like everybody else going through like their little struggles, and then at the end you got a fist fight Ocelot. Like, all that makes it feel like it is worth the money. For this game right here, as you pretty much already told me and what people have shown, it's like I'm walking down the hallway, trick this thing. Okay, now, man, we go through like this massive flashback, fight a werewolf, quick time event shit, then jump right back into like third person mode, and then a whole bunch of story again. It's like, that's all I'm getting.
Pretty much. And when you fight the Lycans, though, it don't feel like a good battle. You know, they only do run a straight goddamn line. That's another major problem with it. But, you know, due to they getting the game a 5.5, 6.5, the game is a solid 7.5. It is.
Yeah. However,
it's not worth $60 due to the fact that it is only 6 hours long. I say a game like this.
A lot of folks say that game is worth all the money.
It should be $39.99 on personal stance. It should be $39.99. However, it is worth playing though. It is a fun experience, and you want to see what a next gen game can actually do. You need to pick up the Order. That's just how I see it, you know. Just try it. That I always say.
No, but I'm just saying from somebody who is actually comparing it to Metal Gear, though. Because that's the only real game which that you can actually compare it to.
Metal Gear Solid.
Me, personally, because that's the only game which that you can actually compare it to. Because it's like, because they both have their, like, they both have a major emphasis upon story. And even if you compare it to, like, other games that are just like that, such as like Uncharted, Tomb Raider, Last of Us, even those games still pretty much beat it out because Last of Us itself pretty much had like the same type of story. Even though it didn't like have as long cutscenes, it was still Last of Us still had like a very heavy emphasis upon story, and even if it was just as simplistic, it still had a crafting system. It still had like weapon management. You still upgrade your fucking guns and that. You know what I mean? There was still like all these little stealth sections in between that was so seamless, in which that you didn't have to go through like all these other levels to be like, okay, this is a level in which that they had to give me a crossbow to do this one part. I could just go in with any gun and then just start like picking dudes off or with a pistol.
Ooh, I got long interaction. Yeah.
I mean, no one ever said that the game is bad. Well, some people they probably may have.
No, actually, the interaction they didn't technically tell you how to do the interaction. Like, I don't know if I was supposed to press it to the side or hold that motherfucker. I just got killed. But go ahead.
It's just there. It's just like, well, that's just how things are.
Do I press?
Like, yeah.
Oh, fuck it. You said what?
It's like, oh no, man, you are a terrible gamer. Why? Because, man, you don't know how to do the what's the name? Like,
what, interaction? No, it say, the thing is, do I supposed to press it up? How to kill again?
Oh man, it feels like you are having what's name flashbacks now.
I feel like Angry Joe at this point.
What was that game called? Beyond Two Souls flashbacks.
Boy, when you press the interaction too damn soon and get fucked up.
No, dude, man, it's like, man, they don't give you a goddamn arrow. It's just like, just yes. Like, god damn it.
Got it. You said what? No, it just took me some time, but they did technically tell me what the fuck to do with it.
Just guess. You'll be alright.
And then he keep hitting you. Hear me? You say just guess. Yeah, it felt like that. I got killed 3 times. But that
wow.
That's the only time I get killed and fuck with the interaction shit on here.
In the time of it, oh no. You gotta guess right, man, because, man, like, if the other true gamers, if they see that, man, they'll be like, you don't know nothing about video games, DayShawn. You died.
At least I put my deaths in the goddamn game instead of editing them out. I'm just saying.
It's like, hey, man, aside from that, oh my god, you are not a real gamer because, man, real gamers, man, they can beat that in 10 minutes, 20 minutes.
You know what's funny, though, when you play this part? You would actually think that, like, for instance, like, you try to, like, hit them, but it keep being interaction after interaction, and you get killed over and over again.
Oh, no.
I feel like heavy rain. No, not even heavy rain, like Beyond Two Souls at this point. I see how it's annoying.
Oh, no.
And then when you try, like, with this control, for instance, when you try to do certain things, you hit the damn middle button by mistake.
Oh, shit. That ain't good. That is the worst.
Yeah.
Oh man, a game like that, man, can really kill you though. Honestly,
yeah, and you get hit 3 times.
You can ask me that, man,
You get 3 times, he automatically kills you. But yeah, let me
Well, now ain't
first
that
get
just the
talk up
epitome
get
of fun?
past this goddamn part.